Rodstarz.
Peace, y'all. My name is G1. Together we Rebel Diaz.
And you watching And You Don't Stop.
We were raised in Chicago, and for the last 12 years we've been in the Bronx. Here in the Bronx, what we do is hip-hop.
Not only do we do hip-hop, but we also do it from a community-based perspective, where we out here in the streets building with the young people, building with community activists, and joining liberation struggles in their fight for self-determination.
We've been in Greece, France, Germany, Venezuela, all throughout Latin America. For us, the most important thing is to be able to share hip-hop with the rest of the world.
And the other night, actually, we had the honor of opening up for legendary lyricist and storyteller Slick Rick in the heart of Times Square, and we got to rock with our band.
One of the songs that we performed is called La Patrulla. That's Spanish for the police. The reason why we made that song was to address the issue of police violence that happens so often in the South Bronx and throughout the United States.
We're able to send our correspondent Claudia Cruz to hit up the mother's cry for justice. For so many people in this city, it's a sad, sad moment because mothers have lost their children to police murder, to police violence, and to police terrorism.
Yo, this is Claudia de la Cruz reporting from Mother's Cry for Justice for Ramarley Graham down in Foley Square. We're here to get some of the stories from the mothers who have been victims of police brutality. In the context of Mother's Day, these mothers will have to celebrate without having their kids at home.
Why every year do we have young people being actually murdered by NYPD and no one being charged?
Enough is enough. We do not want bandages anymore.
That's right.
We need justice, and we want to move forward.
The thing is, the target is the NYPD, and we cannot just target NYPD. It's the old system we gotta target here. You understand?
They said of August of last year that they was gonna look into the case. August is coming up soon, in a couple of months, and it's gonna be a year. And we still haven't heard anything yet. And I'm fighting because I don't want this to happen again. Because the pain that I feel, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, even the man that killed my son.
I'm gonna be there, be the voice of my son. And you have to be here to be the voice of your son. So come on out and let's, join together, because we all suffering the same pain.
As a mom, in the context of Mother's Day and in the context of the fight against police brutality, what's a message that you want to put out there to all the mothers?
Love your child. Give him a hug every day. You don't know when it's going to be the last day when they walk out that door.
Thank you so much.
Handcuffs. I'm down in Central. Handcuffs. I'm down in Central.
We're right here at Foley Square, standing in front of the courthouse. What we're gonna do is something new today. We're gonna bring the word on the street to y'all. We're gonna have hashtags that are on social media, and we're gonna bring them to real life. The hashtag that we're working on today is gonna be MyNYPD. Tell us your experience. I wanna hear, it don't gotta be 140 characters, live and direct, in person. Tell us what you think.
My experience is 3 guns at point blank range to me. 1 in my temple, 1 in my neck, and 1 dead in my chest for just walking 2 blocks away from my house in the middle of the day at 12 afternoon.
What did you do to deserve that?
I walked up the block being Latino.
Have you ever had any positive experiences with the NYPD?
Right now, I'm going through a whole lot of NYPD, man. I think it's because I look this way, I don't know, man. Nappy hair, dark skin, I speak a certain way. They on that trying to bring us down. They don't want us to succeed.
Tell us your experience with the NYPD, with the police.
They're very helpful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to us.
Do you feel safe here in New York?
Yes, we do. At least, yeah, I do.
Tell us your NYPD experience.
Which one? Pick one. I've been sprayed, I've been mazed, I've been tased. In Flatbush, fucking 67, they killed Kiki and Tails.
All right, so when we talk about Kiki, we talking about Kimani Gray, young man, 16 years old, that was killed by the police, you know what I'm saying? So what's your NYPD experience?
Mostly good.
Mostly good? Give us an example.
Of what? Of how I recently, a positive experience?
Look at my wrist. See my wrist? This is not me cutting myself. This is police brutality from the NYPD finest, right? I want people to notice what's going on, right? Because the police is the biggest gang in New York City.
I haven't really had any. Have you had any?
I actually have.
I'm a trained dancer, so I'm trying to do something positive, and they're still locking us up for it. they would stop the train the next stop and wait for cops to come and then arrest us. They would go so hard to arrest us. Like, it's crazy.
Peace, y'all. We here in the South Bronx on the top of the world with the acclaimed MC extraordinaire, Boca Floja, representing Mexico City and now representing the South Bronx. Boca, how are you today, my brother? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's definitely a blessing to have you here in the South Bronx with us. I know that your music is not just about nothing. Your music raps about your experiences. If you could share a little bit about the work that you've done with Quilombo Arte and how that's influenced your work here in the United States.
Bueno, creo que el trabajo fundamental que tenemos que hacer nosotros como colectivo es hacer producción intelectual que sea relevante para la comunidad, hacer producción de conocimiento y de cultura que sea nuestra propia narrativa, que seamos nosotros quienes contemos nuestra propia historia de acuerdo a la forma en la que la entendemos. Cualquier proceso revolucionario siempre ha tenido atrás un movimiento ideológico fuerte, intelectual, que está contando su propia historia. Entonces ese es el trabajo fundamental que tratamos de hacer a través del rap, de la poesía, de los medios visuales, etc.
In the last 15 to 20 years, there's been an influx of Mexican immigrants to New York, mostly from Puebla, from Oaxaca. What do you think is the future of that immigrant experience here in New York and how that contributes to the growth of hip-hop culture?
I think the face of New York by itself is going to change in the next 10 years because right now the Mexican community is so new that it's still representing the invisible roles, and we're doing like the worst jobs available in the city. The cultural production is still like really invisible in certain aspects, so it's gonna take like the new generation of Mexican New Yorkers that are gonna be a little more established, and van a empezar a crear una nueva plataforma de producción y de visibilización con un poco más de fuerza, y le va a cambiar el sentido a la ciudad como tal, y obviamente eso va también a influir en la manera en la que se dialoga con la quote unquote latinidad de Nueva York, porque va a tener otros elementos más presentes, y esperemos que la comunidad mexicana también empiece a coger su propia personalidad dentro del contexto neoyorquino, porque es diferente. It's not the same like Mexicans from Chicago, Mexicans from LA, Mexicans from New York. Con la vecindad, con la comunidad puertorriqueña, dominicana, es a whole different experience. So, esperemos que va a ser positivo y va a ser muy interesante ver Nueva York de aquí a 10 años.
Yes, yes, y'all. Coming up next on Rooftop Live, we have the one and only Boca Floja. Make sure you get his book, Prognosis. And now he's repping his joint, Good Man, off of his latest CD, Patologías, with DJ Kid Koy on the ones and twos. Boca Floja, Quilombo Arte, South Bronx, and you don't stop. Let's go!
¿Qué pasa, Bronx? Boca Floja es mi nombre, Quilombo Arte. Así suena, checa. Boca Floja, ajá, Quilombo. Dice así, checa. Good Man, dice. Una escalera de poder que remonta una dinastía. La izquierda tradicional se limita a la carestía. No quieren que Prieto decida, ya lo marginan a bailar la melodía preferida. Quieren poder dibujar una sociedad tutti frutti. Yo quiero a 27 en Caracuta, Fela Kuti. Para más que una protesta consensuada en parlamento. Para igual de los barbados en favor que marcan siempre el sotavento. El cuento te alimenta desde Grecia. Peregrino, te invita en un partido, luego un té. Asesino, maquila de algodones, sabor ese platillo empaquetado en las prisiones. Te piden seas de casa, no quieren cimarrones. América se escribe con K, tal cual damos respaldo a una reforma en su dinámica. Disparo a quemarropa en sueño blanco con capucha quebrantando su cerámica. El hombre nuevo llegó, el hombre nuevo llegó. Quilombo Arte, Boca Floja, and you don't stop, dice. El hombre nuevo llegó, el hombre nuevo llegó. Suena así Quilombo Arte, sin marronaje, llega. Buenos días América, mi bolsa sin Shanghai en esta métrica colérica. Y es que ya me cansé de estar pletórico y exploto la oratoria. Luego la euforia por las mieles del consumo cortan alas a mi gloria. Todo es pagar para engordar la sumisión, este esclavismo posmoderno y su soñarse en un amante latino para dar de su espíritu inconcluso, el incómodo recluso de sus credos en desuso.